What's up, world? Checking in on episode 2 of the third season of A Culture Conversation. I'm your host, Twin GQ. We got a special guest today, special presentation from TGQ Inc. Thank you guys for tuning in, all of our viewers. We're about to go up. I got a special guest by the name of Johnny out of New Jersey, the Garden State. So I'm happy for him to be joining us today to share his story about, the ascension from, a guy from Jersey to doing great things by the likes of the biggest stars today. So Johnny's about to tap in. Hope y'all check in. Yo, what's good, bro?
What's going on, man?
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I hear you great, man. Everything's
I'm gonna
good.
put my headphones in.
Yeah, no, do your thing. Do I need to do that or no?
You good, bro? Whatever you comfortable. Well, what?
I'm just setting up the lighting. I gotta make sure my shit looks good, you know?
All right, you trying to get big time from me. I see
Yep.
it. All right,
Cool.
bro. Yeah, what's up, bro? How you doing? You good?
Yeah, everything's good, man. Just, like everyone else, just kind of, keeping my eye on the prize and keeping the head above water, But even though, despite the very difficult and tumultuous and uncertain times that we are in today's age, you gotta still keep your eye moving forward. So, things have been good.
Yeah, for sure. And I've been seeing you like glow up, bro, from like, it's crazy because we have so much mutual friends because I hoop. So like I used to be in New York every summer playing like Dykeman and stuff. So I'm sure I've seen you like around with your camera and stuff.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
So
okay.
it's crazy that we kind of like connected because I know you did things with like JQ and like
Yeah.
Blue and like Nas Reed and all those guys.
That's
So
how I start. That's when I started. That's when I started photography. Was at Dykeman. Was my first time shooting sports. Was at Dykeman 2017, July 2017.
crazy, bro. So yo, we're gonna just get into a quick intro for obviously my guests or people that don't know who you are. I'll give you this time to kind of inform them of who you are and what you do, bro.
Yeah. So my name is Johnny Izquierdo. I'm a commercial photographer. I specialize in sports, action, lifestyle, photojournalism. I live in a small town in New Jersey. Everyone either thinks that I'm either from New York or LA, and I kind of get the whole LA vibe. But yeah, I'm in a small town in New Jersey, right outside of New York, and just 4 years ago, I quit my job, and that was kind of in a weird part in my life, and then I found photography, and it slowly turned that passion into a paycheck, and turned into a lifestyle and something that I truly. If there's something bigger than love, that's how I would feel towards photography, and then here I am, and I've been able to just travel the world and photograph some of the world's greatest athletes and meet some unbelievable people, something that I never thought would happen in my life. And I always thought something big was meant for me, but I didn't know it was going to be, this. And it's just been an unbelievable, unexpected, yet just genuine journey. And man, I'm just getting started. So it's been great.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I've been able to see like a lot of things that you were doing from behind the scenes. Me coming up in the athlete kind of bubble and world, we kind of like see great creatives, behind the scenes and stuff like that. Obviously, you've worked with guys like Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, RJ Barrett and James Wiseman, and obviously Darius Barley too. But yeah, man, I mean, let's kind of start with obviously your early influences growing up in New Jersey, memorable experiences and stuff like that. I know the tri-state area is, known for the epicenter of like culture and like sports and entertainment. So kind of just talk about what growing up in New Jersey was like for you.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I think I had a traditional upbringing in New Jersey. I lived in the middle class. I went to a regional high school. I went to Paramus Catholic High School in northern New Jersey in Bergen County. If anyone on here is tuned into that, I pretty much, my best friends now are the same kids that I grew up with. So I lived in a very small town, no high school. It's like 10, 12 of us, and we're all still very, very close. I was into sports, and then I think the creative thing started switching for me is that I was into sports, and about junior year of high school, I had quit because I wanted to be a rapper. And I quit.
Okay,
And
okay.
yeah. I started writing music. I started, but while I was writing music, I was also like doing videos for myself.
Mm.
And I was, and I, it's crazy. Like I was, now that I look back, and I was always wondering, how did this camera thing kind of happen, or this creative, channel? And it was a lot like, it seemed that even at a young age, the creative, like I was writing music, writing poetry, I was doing camera stuff for the basketball team.
Yeah.
I just, it was very like, now that I look back, it's easy to kind of pinpoint it, but at the time I didn't really understand, But I had a traditional upbringing in New Jersey, and then as I got into college, I got it. I majored in communications, where I wanted to study public relations and business. And even then, another creative field. I always knew I wanted to be in the entertainment field. I wanted to be a publicist for a record label, or an artist, or a basketball player, or whatever it was. So I always wanted to be in sports or music.
Mm.
And I remember, man, I remember graduating school and applying to ESPN and Nike and the NBA, and just getting denied. And then I ended up at just like a basic entry level college job, which I absolutely hated. And then there came that day, August 4th, 2016, man. I just quit my job, and I was just very, very unhappy. And then kind of boom.
That's crazy. You said a lot of like interesting points. Obviously, I'm gonna start with you being in obviously high school. At that time, like the New Jersey sports culture, you have like the prominent programs of like Benedict, St. Pat's, and then you got the college like Seton Hall, and then at the NBA level, you got like the New Jersey Nets. Do you ever like kind of tap back into when like you used to kind of watch like the New Jersey Nets and see like Jason Kidd playing against Kobe? Do you have any memories of that, or?
I have actually, it's cool that you asked this question, because because I started photographing grassroots high school basketballs, right? That's
Yeah.
kind of where I started my photography journey. When I was in high school, I was very into that scene too, because our program was very high end, so we were
Mm.
playing Benedict versus like Lance Thomas and Corey Stokes, and then Derek Character and Corey Fisher for the Patrick
Mm.
School, and St. Joe's Montvale was good, and Bergen Catholic was good. So I was always into like high school recruiting and who's going where. So it's
Yeah.
fun to kind of be back into that, to get started creatively in that world,
Yeah, for
because I
sure.
understand it.
Yeah, and it's crazy. A lot of people that usually work in like the sports like business or like in marketing side, they usually come from like a D1 background, or they like hoop their whole life, and like they understood how to translate it into a creative energy like yourself, right? So it's pretty crazy that you kind of say that, because me now having like a creative media channel and then my marketing agency as well, and I'm actually like still tied to the game. So it's kind of different to see it from the creative side and not the athletic side, because I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure when
totally.
you're,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure when you're like working with like Giannis, you might take a shot or you might see him play and it's like, yo, this is a crazy shot, but you understand because you understand obviously sports because you used to play it growing up, right?
Yeah, you understand their movements and stuff, but it's also not only just understand their movements. It's understanding how to read the room is how you can become successful in life. So like for
Mm.
instance, like who did I know? Like, okay, Anthony Davis, right? Like I knew where he went to high school just because I follow high school fucking sports, and obviously I knew he went to Kentucky. So
Yeah,
we had a conversation just about that, and it's like, and listen, it doesn't mean that me and Anthony are best friends, but it's at least like a comfort level now. Like, oh, okay, like this
yeah,
guy's cool. Like he knew I went to school in Chicago, and that UK team was crazy, man. Like, yo, yeah, So it's like just
yeah.
understanding what room you're stepping into. I think is so important in life. Understanding how to read the room and who you're speaking to is really like an avenue of how to be successful in life, whether it's photo or marketing or art or a doctor, or whatever it is.
Yeah, and it's crazy that you say that because I always coin the phrase like the common interest. Like me and you can kind of grow up in different worlds. You can be from like middle class, I can be from low class, but if we have a common interest, let's say in music, I can be like, yo, you like Illmatic, and you're like, yo, that shit is hot, and then we can kind of connect there. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
That's the
it's
best thing about life too, though, right? That's the best thing about
yeah,
like life, creating, and sports and music. That like the person next to you can be from across the world, but like one thing can bring you guys together. Sick.
yeah, exactly. Especially with sports, bro. So like, yeah, man. So I want to really kind of tap in with your story. So what was that like when you kind of got started with photography, in terms of like the dark days? Obviously we always talk about the parallel between success and failure, but like that in between, like what was that like for you? Going from obviously doing it, I guess at the time when you started, you got to like do it for free, get your
Yeah,
name out there, build a portfolio. So what was that like the earlier days then before you got to Ascensions to working with like household names?
for sure. So it's interesting that you asked that. And it's like, I never really had a dark time with photography. And the only reason I say this is because I was very naive to what it could become. So I didn't come from a photo background. I didn't go to photo school. I didn't even really know that you can monetize and make a career in photography. So for me, I didn't know, I never knew that, hey, I could take a picture of Giannis or I could take a picture of Kawhi Leonard. And I never knew that people that did billboards were like, can get paid for that. You know what I mean? And I
Mm,
didn't know of this world. So when I was doing it, it was just purely out of joy. So
mm,
I never really, I was never like, yo, man, I'm going to become a photographer. I got to create a portfolio. I got to make this happen. It was literally, I was just photographing because I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And then when it started picking up steam and I was getting contacted, oh, would you want to come shoot this? Or hey, can you come do this? Then as that was happening, I started realizing like, oh, okay, like maybe I need to start brand myself and start doing the housekeeping, get my portfolio, understand my niche, and etc. You know, so I never really had dark days in photography because I didn't go into it thinking that I had to make something happen of it. It just happened.
Yeah, and it's crazy because they always say like the greatest hustle in the world is something you would like do out of like love and for free. And then if you got paid for it, it's good as well, right? Like, if you could play basketball and you get paid for it, that's like the greatest hustle in the world. But those same guys in the NBA, most of them would play for free because that's what they love doing. So it's
Man,
interesting that you talk about like you doing it for a passion. And usually when you lead from a place of like passionate intent, and genuine energy, like the universe usually throws great things back at you, for a positive, you know what I mean? So it's
yeah,
crazy you say
100%.
that. Yeah, and
100%. But if you put the energy out there, you're gonna get it back. And it's like I was literally just having this conversation in life. Like, there's not a I can't even explain to you the amount of money that I feel like that I make because I'm so happy doing what I do. Like, there's not a
mm,
dollar amount that equates to it. It's literally like just an open variable because, like you said, it's like I did all this for free because I just enjoyed it so much. So then when
mm,
someone was like, hey man, like we'll throw you a couple bucks to go do this, I was like, fuck man, really? This
yeah.
is sure me? You know,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah,
like, but then when that happened, it ignited a new engine in me that I was like, okay, now it's showtime, you know?
mm,
So it's like, it came from, like I used the word naive, and it's like I said, it came from a very like innocent standpoint where I didn't know what was right. I didn't know what was wrong. I was just doing it.
damn, that's crazy, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I can relate, bro, because like same with me. Like I've always did like my passions with like even sports and just now getting into my second chapter with like marketing and having like a media channel and creatively producing stuff and content creation as well as like I'm just doing it just because like I enjoy it. I love connecting and creating things that I can share with the world, and if I get paid and I can monetize off of it, like that's just a plus,
No,
but
for
that's
sure.
not what's gonna drive me. You get what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
it's crazy when you kind of meet people and like when people kind of click, and like you can see the reflection in your work. Like, I see like I've been seeing your stuff from probably like 2, 3 years ago before I connected with you, and I just seen like you're consistent. You used to capture like iconic footages of like players and um environments and stuff like that. So it's dope, man. I wanted to talk a little bit about your project that you did the pandemic season with
Yeah.
Bergen Catholic. Just kind of talk to me a little bit about that and like how their season almost got shut down.
Yeah, for sure. So again, just to give context to this, so obviously work has been slower for me. So, I was in talks with one of the coaches over at Bergen Catholic, and that's a high school program here in New Jersey. And the premise of it was for me was, and this is like from a selfish standpoint, I'm just talking about how I felt it was, man, I want to stay busy. Let me forget the money thing. Let me stay busy. I want to reach out to the school. We were in talks about it last year. Let me go create content for this school because I want to keep my mind working. All right.
Mm.
I want to stay creative. I want to stay active because we're in a pandemic, and somebody like a creative, working from home we're waiting for the next job. It's scary, man.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
so I reached out to them, and I was talking to my buddy Michael Reeves, another great photographer. He was telling me, man, this would be a great story. So tell a story of this school, You know, Bergen Catholic High School, how are these student athletes navigating through the global pandemic in hopes for a state championship? So, you know, I followed them the whole year, practices, games, and I mean, it's been one of my best, if not, it's my best photo project that I've done. You know, just from a storytelling standpoint.
Yeah.
You know, we just submitted it for a contest for sports story photo of the year. So I'll find out where I stand in that in the next month or so. But it was so crazy to see the season roll out. You know, like games getting canceled, little fans, you know, hand sanitizer, everything that everyone's seeing. But to be able to document it, like in there with the team, seeing these kids get frustrated, highs and lows of their games getting canceled and uncertainty. It was so interesting to me. So yeah, it was a great experience. I think the kids loved it. The program loved it, man. You know, they ended up doing really well and completing their season. But for me as a creative, it was so important for my mental to do this because one, it took me out of my comfort zone and it ignited a new eye for me of storytelling.
Yeah, and that's I think one big theme I took out of that was like storytelling. You know, we talk about and obviously you probably see it every day, if not in your interactions on social media, where there's so much content out there, and you might kind of feel like in your industry sometimes it's like oversaturated, you know?
Yeah.
So how can somebody like you kind of like determine like how things are not oversaturated? And if so, it's like the story behind it. Like if me and you are photographers, for example, we can both take the same picture, but yours might capture like a more captivated story. So it's crazy that you said, you know, the storytelling aspect of taking photos. Is that something that you're kind of getting into now with, you know,
Yeah,
obviously
I
after?
think that's something that really excites me is it's not just taking the photo, right? It's my again, I refer to my friend Mike really mentored me during this pandemic. It's like you're not taking a picture, you're making a picture. You know, like yeah, it's cool. You can stand and listen, to work with pro athletes is very difficult too, but you can stand there and take a picture of Giannis or Kawhi, and those are not easy things, right? You got to pose them, you got to light them. It's a lot of things, but to dive in and tell these stories is really where you get to that really artistic standpoint for me. And it's like I learned so much. I've 100% gotten better over this pandemic. I haven't worked as much, but I gotten better because I've stepped into different avenues and different zones now. And I want to continue to storytell because even with these images now, it's like now I see things through a different eye because you're right. It's like we can both take a picture, but if you're telling a different story, you're telling a different story, you know? So it's I think storytelling and making pictures, not taking pictures is the goal.
Yeah, and it's crazy because obviously you kind of like know your audience now that you're like a well-oiled machine or ascending to that level. So how do you kind of like, I guess, feed your audience like content that, you know, they can kind of like connect with? Obviously, storytelling is more content with like substance. So how are you able to kind of continue to like put out content that people will continue to connect with?
Yeah, no, it's a great question too, because again, back to this pandemic, it teaches you a lot. Like, hey, we're not working as much, and I think for me personally, like historically, photographers don't really share themselves, right? Probably as much as I've been as of late. Like they kind of stay behind the camera, and I was doing that for a while. And it's ironic because I it's like I'm very outgoing, and I'm not insecure at all. But when I started taking pictures, I took a step back from showing people who I was, and then I realized like, man, like I want to make this cool and fun. And why do I have to only show my work and my work and my work and my work? Like I'm some automated machine. Like I kind of referenced it like this, right? Like Drake's one of my favorite artists. LeBron's my favorite player. Like you don't see photos of only Drake in concert. You don't see photos of only LeBron on the court, right? Yeah, you see them, but like, why can't I let people more into my life? You know? So I felt like this past couple months, I've been doing more podcasts, more vlog series. You can go on my Instagram right now. You'll see me like eating pizza. You'll see me starting to play the guitar. You're going to see more of my face.
Yeah, for sure.
To even out with, I'm still going to post my content, but you're going to see maybe more of me behind the scenes shooting, or maybe me just hanging out and post it up with a fit. I don't know. Like, I want to get more, I want to let people more into my life and kind of humanize myself because I'm not an automated machine. I'm literally just a very low key, fun, outgoing, silly jokester kid from New Jersey. that loves to take photos, and that's it. And I'm not saying, and just because you don't show yourself doesn't mean that you're some like weirdo robot. But for me, I've always been like this though. So it's like
Yeah.
for me to not to do it, it would be weird. So like lately I've been like, I mean, like I said, you can see my feed now. It's like,
Yeah.
you'll see me pretty much all the time now.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I feel like when anybody's starting out, like you obviously want to stay within like the parameters, you know, and like obviously people are gonna expect you know, level of content. So it is kind of, you know, sometimes it's good. Like I always refer back to like what my mentor used to tell me. Sometimes it's always good to recreate yourself with new energy. So I definitely believe in that, like stepping outside the box and kind of repping yourself and putting yourself out there because you are a brand at the end of the day. And within your brand, you have photography, creative media, YouTube channel, you know, but like your ecosystem starts with you as the brand. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's exactly how I felt, man. It's just like, yo, why can't I brand myself? Why can't I be the pioneer? Why can't I be the guy that goes, you know what, man? Like this guy shoots top level content, top level pros, top level athletes, does cool shit. And look how much fun he's had doing it. Look how much fun this guy's having doing this. Like, I want to be around that. I want to learn that. That inspires me. That's my only message. This is, you know, I'm not doing it from a mal standpoint where I'm trying to flex. This is more like, man, I want to show you what goes into it. I want to show you my ups and downs. And it's social. Like I said, the sense that I made out of this, man, is I look at Drake's page and I look at LeBron's page. Like they're not hammering you with the only studio shots and only on-course shots, because then you kind of be like, all right, it becomes redundant. Like I think now people know, like, all right, man, Johnny, we get it. Like you take dope pictures of Zion, dope pictures of Kevin Durant, we get it, you know. And I'm not saying I'm not gonna stop sharing that, but now I want to show you how I do it. I want to show you what I'm doing on a Monday, and I'm just chilling bored. I want to show you my funny side. I want to show you, you know, random stuff. I want to show you who I am, because that's what these platforms are for, you know. Because there's going to be a kid that's going to come around, and I get messages like this all the time, and it's like, oh wow, this guy's just. I get messages like this all the time when a kid answers me, and I asks me a question, I answer them like, dude, I didn't think you were going to answer me, and I'm like, why? Like, but you know, but I get it because
Yeah.
it gives off this stigma, like, oh
Yeah.
man, he's untouchable, and
Yeah.
maybe I should, and I could go that route where like I'm this like forbidden fruit, but like, you know what, man, fuck that. Like I said, I'm a small town kid from New Jersey, same friends that I was growing up with. I'm the same dude that you would have met me 4 or 5 years ago. I'm just doing something I love. You know, it's never changed.
Yeah, that's real. I feel that, bro. It's like the humble soul talking, you know? It's like I'm just a humble guy that does really dope shit.
Dang it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really, if you had to sum me up, that's what I would say, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, I kind of wanted to ask for you, obviously, you know, now being in a position where you can kind of work with like the Jordan brands and Slam magazines and all these other like leading brands. You know, for you, how do you kind of know when it's right to kind of partner up or collaborate with a brand for that matter? Like, what are
Yeah,
some
well,
things you look for?
yeah, for sure. This comes twofold because I've done a lot of work with brands on my own, you know, which is awesome. And I've also gotten a lot of brand work through agencies, you know. So I first started with this great agency called Victory. I've also done some work with another marketing agency called G7, Game
Mm,
7, excuse me. And then another one that I've been doing some recent work with called the Rec League. So you can get brand work from agencies, which a lot of time that's how it works because the brands want to just deal with the agency coordinates everything. But then there's
mm,
some companies like Foot Locker or some stuff I've done for Jordan. It's been direct. You know, for me, you know, as I've grown. Like, it's just I want to be around good people, man. And it's like, you know, when you get the brand work, it's obviously awesome, and it's not easy to get. But once you start getting it and you start building your portfolio, it starts kind of rolling. You know, because now you have something to show for. You know, especially in my world, it's like photo. It's like you can show your catalog. You can show that you can get the work done. But and it all stems to, man, just being a good person, man. Like, people don't want to work with bad people. People don't want to work with
fact,
assholes. People want to work with
fact.
people that are gonna bust their butt, give you good energy, and just work really hard.
That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. Like, I couldn't agree with you more, bro. You took the words right out of my mouth. Still,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy, and it's like it working adjacent with agencies now. I think is you know, the bright thing to do for like creative entrepreneurs, like, you know, because I feel like we are D2C, direct to the consumer. So we are the plug, and I feel like social media is a tool now where you can kind of leverage your own portfolio. You know what I mean? And like, let's just say Nike knows what they're gonna get from you because like your work speaks for itself. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So like
Yeah.
that kind of does a lot of the talking. And then when you do have those other like good tangible qualities, like being a good person, it just kind of puts the icing on the cake,
Yeah, totally, man. And it's like, yeah, it's exactly, you nailed it on the head. It's like, doing work with agency is great because, they also do a lot of the back work. Like I've done a couple jobs recently where I had to coordinate everything, and it's a lot of work, man. Getting producers, getting lighting guys, getting the driver if you have to drive people, getting your insurance. There's a lot of doing the storyboard. There's a lot of back end work that agencies do. So it's, as a creative coming up, it's great to partner with agencies, especially good ones that do good work and stand for something good.
Yeah. Is it for you? I just wanted to ask you a personal question.
Go ahead.
For you, is it hard for you to collaborate or connect with other creatives in your state or your city?
Like, is it hard, like to have a conversation or actually like do
Like,
work with them?
do work, do work. Like, let's say if you're a
No.
photographer and I'm a photographer in Jersey, and we're like, yo, let's connect and do this project. Like, do you ever feel like you have difficulties kind of like actually, bringing that to fruition and actually working, or is it
Mhm.
like, oh, like I don't want to do it because he's a photographer, I'm a photographer?
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. No, you know what? I don't get like that, man, because I'm very secure about my skills and
Mm,
where I'm at and where my vision is. I've actually, like, some of my really good friends are photographers, like my buddy John Lopez. Me and him are starting to work more together on things, which is exciting. I have another buddy, Steven Counts, another great, both of them great photographers. We've worked on projects together. Steven has brought me on to big projects. But again, we work together well because both those guys' names are secure with themselves. You know, it's
mm,
when there's insecure. My good friend Michael Reeves, he's down in Florida. We talk all the time, give each other advice, push each other. I've worked with my other buddy in San Antonio. He shoots for the NBA, Logan, and
nice.
he, he's assisted me on a shoot. He didn't have to assist me. He's awesome. So, but these people that I collab with, they're
Yeah.
secure about themselves. They do great work and they're good human
Mm,
beings. So I haven't had an issue, man, because I surround myself around good vibes, man. When it starts getting
nice.
weird and shit, I'm out. I don't even experience weird because I'm not around it. I don't even see it, bro. So
Mm,
I like vibing with people if it's to do dope shit. Because like I said, I'm comfortable with myself, man. I'm okay with passing the ball and letting him take the shot. It's cool. Like, I just
Playing your
want to win and
position.
do dope shit.
Yeah, you just want to play your position.
Yeah, and listen, I'm a
Yeah.
killer, bro. I'm not saying that I'm a second fiddle type of dude. That's not what I
Yeah.
am. But
Yeah.
I'm understanding the situation that I'm here for the long play, bro. I'm chasing a legacy, man. I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna me being like stiff arming other creatives because I'm insecure. I'm gonna lose in the end, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy because not a lot of people see it like that.
Oh no, man, no.
Yeah, they just think like let me like, and this is our generation. I feel like where we're at now with like millennials and shit is like trendy. Let me go with what's hot, and I always refer to like longevity or like delayed gratification as like it's like a lost art almost. Like people don't really appreciate it, because it's like everybody wants to get on now,
Yeah, and I think
So
what inspired me for this always is I've been like J. Cole says it in a song, and I don't want to misquote him. It's in Middle Child where he says like, "Yo, why can't me and Drake coexist?" Like, you guys are always trying to make this a battle thing. Like, why can't me and Drizzy, why can't J. Cole and Drake exist? Like, why can't there
mm,
be two greats in the room? There could.
mm,
So it's like, for me, that's how I've always kind of approached it because the people that I look up to, they show it. It's the same way. Like LeBron's with AD. Like, he's secure with himself. He understands that this is a legacy thing. Like, that's why
yep.
for me, I never let that shit affect me, man, because I'm here chasing a legacy. Like, I know where my lane is at, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to J. Cole on his birthday though,
Oh,
January
yeah. See, I
28th.
didn't even see. I just.
Yep, nah, you know it, bro. Universe, bro. But yeah, J. Cole's ill, bro. What's your favorite J. Cole project, by the way?
What was the Forest Hill Drives?
Really? Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay, okay. I like his like Friday Night Lights is my
No, I'm
shit.
bugging. Friday Night Lights is my number one Forest Hill Drives too.
Okay, cool, cool. You
Cause
mess with
yo,
KO?
Friday Night Lights is different
Yeah, you fuck with KOD?
here and there.
That was mine. I actually went to the concert. They had it in Toronto.
Sick.
That was crazy. Yeah, man. And then you said Bron is your favorite
Athlete,
NBA
yeah, man.
athlete.
Athlete.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
So
wow.
my athlete first is LeBron, second Usain Bolt, and three Tom Brady. I just like greatness, bro. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. You,
Yeah,
you,
I
you.
just like greatness.
Yeah, nah. Bron is ill, man. Like I rate what Bron does, like off of the court, and that's why like I consider him as like my GOAT in terms of like what the modern day athlete is. Like he's always speaking his mind. He's providing opportunities for people that look like him, that come from a place that he once
Hmm.
came from, and
No, for
like we
sure.
talk about coming from a place of struggle and ascending to greatness, and like never forgetting that foundation of like where you come from and what you
And
mean
he's the
to people.
definition of consistency, and that's how you become great in life is consistency. Because
Yeah,
like, and that's what I was telling. Because I kind of talk to myself a lot in the sense of like, I'm just weird, man. I just I'm locked in, dude. And for me, it's like, how do I become great? Like, yeah, you can take one great picture, right? But like, it's what became. How do you become iconic? Is a catalog. The same way, I'll just reference like Drake or Justin Bieber or Ed Sheeran or um or J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar, whoever it may be. Like these guys, if they become legends, is because they consistently hit after album after album after season after season. That's what it is. It's consistency, man. How long can
yeah.
you keep up this high level?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. I wanted to kind of turn to
Yeah,
the future for content creators. So, I just wanted for you to give some advice to our audience about how you can kind of start on turning your passion into paychecks.
yeah, no, for sure. And I love this question. It's a lot, probably one of the most popular questions I get, and I love answering it every time. I think, is this creative specifically? You want me to?
Yeah, creative entrepreneurs, anybody that's like thinking of
Okay,
the
yeah, I
idea of
got you. I
like,
got you.
yeah,
Yeah. So I think my advice is this: is get up and do it. And in the sense of, I know it sounds so like cliche, or I
mm,
actually literally mean get up and do it, because I think that too many of us are waiting for the perfect time, right? And and hear me out on this one. Yo, you know what? I'm gonna wait a month or two. It's not the right time right now. Or yo, I'm gonna try this next year. It's not right now. It's not the perfect time for me right now. I got a lot going on. Or deep down, it's either that, or there's it's a fear of what people will say to them,
mm,
or their response that they will get from people. Okay, so I think that for anyone upcoming creative entrepreneur or somebody that's stuck where they don't know what to do, confused on what to or on what their next move is, get up and do it, and try it, because let 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 that action make the decision for you, because if you never try it, you're never going to know if you can do it. But if you at least give it a shot, then you can let that dictate your outcome. So if I'm a photographer, I want to get into photography. How am I going to do it? If I don't try to photograph everything, I'm never going to know if I like it or not. If you want to start your media agency, how are you ever going to know if you're going to be good at it if you don't give yourself a fighting chance? So too many people are waiting for this perfect moment in life to do something that you're never going to find it. Like, because perfect is such a variable that's so subjective, in the sense that perfect is the moment that you're in right now. Because if you continue to wait for the perfect time or the perfect girl, perfect subjective. Perfect is what you make it. Like, is it like my life is perfect because I'm happy. My family's here. I'm happy. If you're in a shitty situation, you're with a shitty person, you have a shitty job, then yeah, your life's not perfect. But it's gonna
mm,
be what you make it. Like, and perfect doesn't mean $50 million, 10 mansions. Yeah, it sounds cool, but doesn't mean that you're gonna be happy. So for me, I think that people need to stop searching for this perfect time and understand that it's right here in front of you to create it, and go for it, and give it a shot, man. Because if you don't give it a shot, you're never gonna. To live life in regret is the biggest fear that I have in life, man. To live life in regret is
mm.
the biggest fear I have in life, because if you look back and you say, man, what if, you're finished. And that's why I've tried all this. You're literally finished. And
Facts.
and I've tried everything, man. Listen, podcast, YouTube channel. I don't care if I get one view or 1 million view, but I'll tell you this, is that I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'm gonna keep jamming it down, and keep doing it, and keep posting it, and keep sharing it. I did a Clubhouse talk today. You want to know how many people I had in it?
Probably,
Five.
uh,
5 people. Shitty, right? Terrible. You know what somebody else would do? Quit. Oh man, this shit's not for me, man. I only had 5 people. I had 5 people in that Clubhouse talk. I looked at it and I screenshot it and I said, all right, I'm locked in now. Now I'm going to build this thing. And I promise you this, and you can remember this conversation. I don't know if you're recording. Are you recording this or not?
Yeah, it's on live, so it's gonna be recorded. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I definitely need this.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna have one of the biggest clubhouse clubs talks you're gonna see, and it is called
100%.
It's called Passion to Paycheck. It's not even about photo. It's called Passion to Paycheck. And I
Facts.
have 5 people in there today. Anyone else would be discouraged, but I'm not gonna. I've proven to myself already that I can create something, and if with consistency and not giving up, you can make something happen.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And like I said, before I tell you a backstory, I just want to say, bro, like I feel you 100%, man. Before I started Culture Conversation, which is my podcast, I started it with a conversation via live. So it's kind of funny that I went back to how my first season started. Every
Cool.
week on Wednesday, I would do this. I would talk to for an hour to like just random people that I was like cool with, you know? And everybody just kept saying like, yo, this shit is nice, bro. Like, yo, you should really like, you know, and before I got into it, I'm just like, yo, I don't know if it's the right time. I was in COVID. I'm like, yo, you got to start a podcast. Like I was confusing my minds about all the reasons why I shouldn't get started. It's too much. What if nobody tunes in? Then I'm like, yo, fuck it. Let me just try it out. I did the first 2-3 weeks knocking, the first 7 weeks knocking, banged out the first season. Everybody's like, yo, bro, this shit is lit. Then I'm like, all right, bet. So then I upgraded, got a little studio spot. Did my second season now. You know, the first 2-3 episodes, I was so hard on myself just being like, you know, the guy that's going to be my biggest critic. But I kind of like said like, damn, like what if I would have listened to myself and the voice in my head and saying like, don't start this. Like there would be no Culture Conversation. There'll probably be no like episode 2, season 3 with me and you. So it's
Yeah.
crazy that you say that, right?
Yeah, I think too many of us, and it's a perfect example. There's going to be 100 voices in your head, right? 99 of them are going to tell you not to do it. There's going to be one that's going to tell you to do it. We just choose not to listen to that one because we're hearing the 99. Once you can lock in and decide selectively hear what you want to listen to, then you'll make it happen. That's what it is. And I'm telling you, I literally looked at that clubhouse today and I was like, yo, 5 motherfucking people. I was like, all right, but I'm not going to let it discourage me. I'm not going to listen to the 99 people that tell me not to do it. And listen, Clubhouse is not the end all be all. To be honest, I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
But it's for me, it's trying new things. Spreading this message, I feel like is so important. And I think that there's something big here for me to spread this message out. So I'm not going to listen to the 99 no's. Let's listen. And like you said, you didn't do that. Because if you listen to that, you're gonna regret it, you know?
Yeah, for sure, bro. And like I said, man, we wouldn't be here having this conversation still. But yeah, I wanted to turn to what I like to do, a little fun part of the show where we get into quick hitters, bro. So your top 5 New York films of all time.
Jesus.
Yeah, bro. I had to come right.
You came right, like movies?
Yeah. Yeah, films, movies, yeah.
Fuck, I'm not like really a movie guy. It's so bad.
What? What you watch?
I know,
bro?
right? Damn, hold on. Damn, wait, no, you gotta have something else for me.
Nah, bro, you gotta tap
New
in,
York,
bro.
like films in New York, right?
Yes, exactly. Films in New York. So this could be like
Oh,
Donnie
films that
Brasco.
were done
Yes,
in New York.
exactly.
Okay, my bad. I thought you were like talking like I don't know. Okay, films that are done in New York. Not in this order though. Okay.
Yeah, just whatever.
All right. Goodfellas.
Oh, classic.
Classic. Damn. He Got Game.
Classic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Again, if somebody's a film guy in here, don't freak out if I pick a film that's not good. They'll tell you what I like, okay?
Yeah.
Tag, man. Did you type these out to me? Should I have written this down?
Nah, bro. That's why I call it quick hitters, bro. So like, you just gotta think on the fly.
I'm trying to think
you off guard, bro.
You caught me very off guard. I'm trying to think of another film.
So you got He Got Game, Goodfellas, classic. Those are my top 10 for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro. Spike Lee, I like. That's like one of my favorite directors, and then Scorsese second.
I know.
So, yeah.
Fuck. I'm trying to think. Hold on. I gotta like see a list.
Some girls like. Somebody said, "Are those even in New York?" Yes, it is. It's shot in Coney
of course
Island.
they're in New York.
Shot in Coney Island, Brooklyn. Last time I checked, that was in New York.
The comments are not updating up here. That's why.
Oh, okay. Somebody said Donnie Brasco. That's a good one too.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, I'm giving you one more because
All right, bet.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, classic. I like the first Wall Street with like Gordon
Me too.
Gekko,
Yeah,
Michael Douglas. That one's dope too. Okay,
that one's dope. Yeah, yeah.
all right, top five sports teams of all time. Your personal favorite.
Ooh, sports teams.
Yep.
So my favorite sports teams of all time.
Yeah, so it can be like across baseball, basketball, anything.
Okay, number one, any team LeBron James is on.
Nah, but you gotta be specific.
Dude, any team LeBron James is on my favorite team. All right, fine. My favorite. Okay, okay. Any team. Okay, literally, whatever team LeBron's on, I'm rooting for it. I know. I don't care what
Okay.
nobody says in this chat. I'm just keeping it G. This is
Oh,
what
you're
I'm
one of
honest.
those. You're one of those. Okay,
Yep.
I gotta respect it.
I'm honest about it, dude. I'm honest about it. All right, so any team LeBron's on is my number one. Two,
Yep.
San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
Big 49ers fan.
Okay.
Two, San Francisco 49ers. Three, Miami. Three is a tie, Alabama football, Miami Hurricane. I really like college sports a lot.
Dope.
Three, right? That's three. Four. Yeah, this is kind of a sneaky four. Miami Heat. I don't know why. I just like I'm Cuban. I'm Cuban, and like we just like a lot of like the Miami culture. So yeah.
Miami Vice, bro. Scarface.
Yeah, exactly. Miami Vice, and then five, the Yankees.
Okay, dope. I fuck with the Yankees, obviously. I fuck with Braun too. That's the mob ties, bro. Braun is a real one. Shout out to Braun, quick time. All right, best pizza.
Dude, I'm not getting. You know what's so funny? Like, the best pizza is in New Jersey, and everyone has given me shit about this. So I'm gonna do something. The best pizza that I've had in New Jersey, there's like two spots. So there's one spot and it's called Lodi Pizza in New Jersey, small town New Jersey, called Lodi Pizza. That's probably the best pizza I've had in New Jersey. There's a couple other spots. Everyone fights me and they say New York, New York, New York. And I told everyone, if you live west of the Mississippi, don't even comment my shit because you guys got different water over there. Your shit's trash. It's a fact.
Yeah.
Like no one in LA has good pizza.
Yeah.
And so what I'm going to do to actually do this, it's funny you brought this up. Next week, I'm going to go get a pizza from Joe's Pizza in New York. Iconic spot in New York, right? Right? And I don't want to hear anybody, yo, get this from Brooklyn, get this from Queens. Like, no, I'm going to Joe's Pizza in Manhattan. I'm getting a cold slice, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to get a cold slice from the Lodi Pizza, right?
Okay.
I'm going to preheat the fucking oven, right? So they're both fresh. I'm gonna go on camera and I'm gonna do a live blind taste test.
Okay.
And then that's how we're gonna do this. That's how we're
gonna.
Bro,
you gotta do me one favor though. You gotta go add Prince Street in that mix. So I gotta go Joe's, add Prince Street, and then Lodi, and then you're good.
Fine, that's a done deal. But I have to get the same type of slice for all three because it has.
Yeah.
All right, fine. All right, cool. I'm in with that.
All right, bet. And then you rappers, bro. Top 5 rappers of all time. Your personal favorites.
Ooh, I like this. Okay, this is great. This is a really good question. Aubrey Drake Graham, 1. Wait, it's rapper artist? Can we do artist?
Yeah. Whatever. Rapper, artist,
yeah. Let me do. I want to do artist. Okay, rapper, whatever, artist. My favorite of all time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Aubrey Drake Graham, Ed Sheeran, Jay-Z. Not in this order. Aubrey Drake Graham, Ed Sheeran, Jay-Z. Aubrey Drake Graham, Ed Sheeran, Jay-Z, Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift.
Gee, that's crazy.
I know, guys. I know.
Nah, it's crazy though. You got to come to Toronto then, because Drake he has the tournament. They do the basketball tournament every year at OVO Bounce. So,
bro, I would love. I need to go to Toronto in the spring. I've been out there when it's cold.
Yeah.
I love, bro. I'm telling you right now, not even because I'm talking to you. This is real shit. That's my second favorite city.
Really?
100% that I've been to.
That's crazy.
And I haven't experienced it and like I said, I love California so much because the weather is good for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I lean there. But Toronto, man, I love it there, man.
Yeah,
I love it there.
Everybody says that, especially because I got a lot of friends and family in New York City too. They say they love it, and like it's crazy because when I was coming up, I don't think I appreciated Toronto as much as I do now, but because obviously like we didn't have the mass culture that we have now. Obviously. Shout out to the big homie Drake for shining a great light on Toronto and, kind of replicating a great dope culture, an entertainment scene here along with The Weeknd and other great.
Are you still up there?
Artists. Yeah, I'm in Toronto right now.
Once this shit opens up, I'm coming.
Yo, say no more, bro.
I love it there, man. The culture there, the vibe there, like I really mess with Toronto, man. So yeah, those are my top favorite artists.
Yeah. And then last question, I was gonna say your most iconic picture that you ever took. Your
That's a
yeah.
great question. The most iconic picture that I've ever taken. Okay, so when I answer this question is because with photo, sometimes they get better with time, right? So like let's say for instance, I took this photo of Zion Williamson in New York, right, dunking
Mm-hmm.
at Millbank in Harlem. If he ends up being a 15-time All-Star, 4-time NBA champion, like that photo is gonna hold much more value as
Value.
opposed to if he doesn't. So we'll just talk photo that is now, not what it could be. I'll probably say Kevin Durant on the plane. He's like reading a letter from a fan, first class, and this was photographed on Alaska Airlines. We were 35,000 feet in the air, literally on the plane. You can check it out on my site or on my IG.
Yeah.
And it was photographed. I got that assignment through this creative agency, Victory, and it was for Nike Los Angeles.
Nice, bro. That's amazing.
Yeah, if
Victory
I had to
from
pick one, and
yeah.
listen, not for nothing, this one's really OD too. Like from a non-athlete standpoint, let me see if I can show you this. So this is I don't know if your followers have been to New York or whatever, but this is the legendary Rucker Park. So this is another Nike gig. This is called New York versus New York, and I
Oh,
took
I
this
know
from
about it. I played in the Rucker, bro, last summer, but I know about New York versus New York.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I took this on my lens. I went to the top of the Polo Ground, the Polo Grounds
Jeez.
um,
The
project building.
yeah,
I went
wow.
up there. It's scary,
Yeah.
and I photographed that. But it's one that's one of my favorite photos I have hanging up there, man.
Bro, you gotta send me that. Is it on your Instagram?
Yeah, it's deep in it, but I can send you the file.
Wow.
But like,
Yeah, yeah.
you have Yankee Stadium in the back, man, and like
Bro,
the kids
yo,
are
you need to
playing
send
there.
me you gotta send me that and like yo, if I can get a print of that, bro, I'll put it up in my crib. That
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
is
hell yeah. I'll send you the
crazy.
file. You can print it. But yeah, this is
Yeah.
so the kids were actually playing here too. Wow,
That's
so it's cool.
crazy. That okay, that definitely has to be the most iconic one to me. That's tough.
Yeah.
And everybody in my, because I got like New York in here, my boy Taste from the Bronx, he's like, yo, that's tough.
Oh, did he? Here,
Yeah.
I'll show it this
Yo.
way. So
That's
yeah, so like yeah, so they're playing right here, like so you can see it. Like
yep.
look how packed that is, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then
Yeah,
this is the
bro.
rest of New York. So yeah, I took this on the top of the Polo Ground. I mean, yeah, the Polo Ground. Apparently, it's a really bad area. I didn't know that. I walked up in
Yeah.
there. I had my hair was blonde, and
Yeah, bro.
I walked up in there. I had to go 16 stories high on the elevator, and then I had to walk another 15.
Yeah, bro. That's the thing. All these like great like basketball leagues are always in the hood, bro.
Yeah,
It's
but
so funny to me.
I
Yeah.
walked up in that bitch, man, and I created this, and this is like one of my favorite. This is definitely one of my favorite photos I've ever taken.
Bro, that shit is iconic, bro. I don't
I'm
know
actually
how that.
about to, you know what? I'm about to just post that shit again, just to remind motherfuckers.
Yo, you might have to, bro. Like that is a legendary picture, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I need that. Yeah,
For
bro.
sure. No, I got you. I'll send it to you, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yo, it's really dope connecting with you, bro. I usually end off by like, letting my guests talk about like one message that will get to their younger self. So we're gonna end on that, bro.
Yeah, no, for sure. Man, what I would tell my younger self is, what I would tell my younger self is this: is like you're gonna come. There's gonna be a moment, Johnny. There's gonna be a moment in your life where you're gonna question yourself if what your heart is telling you is the right thing to do. And like we said before, listen to that one voice in your head that's telling you that you can do this, because
Mm,
that one voice is gonna change your life forever. And I say this with the most, and I really really mean this, and I hope that even there's one person here listening that can be like, shit, man, this is gonna change my life, is because if I was to look back and I was to listen to the 99 other voices, man, I would have missed out on so much life, man. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
true living. And and like I said, I'm a very positive, upbeat type of person, but I was I would have missed out on really, really living, man. And that's what I would tell my younger self, man. There's gonna be that one voice, and that voice is gonna keep you up at night. It's gonna keep telling you, yo, Johnny, you should keep doing this. There's
Mm,
something here. Keep going to these high school games and photographing. Keep photo. Don't no money in any of this right now. You know,
mm.
keep doing it because at one moment it's all gonna click, man. And that's what I would tell my younger self, and that's what I would tell um, a younger kid too. You know, you're gonna come through this crossroads where you think yeah, I'm not sure, and just go. You know.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So check it out, man. Just give our audience, where they can reach you via IG,
Yeah, for
Twitter, all
sure.
that good stuff.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate you having me, and anyone that's tuned in or will tune in later at some point. If you guys have any questions, or you guys ever feel like you're in a rut, it doesn't even have to be photography based. My Instagram's right here at johnny.izquierdo, JOHNNIE.IZQUIERDO. If you want to check my website or my YouTube, it's all on my Instagram's bio. You can just kind of click it and check it out. And I'm going to be having my Clubhouse Passion to Paycheck talks every Thursday at 7 p.m. You guys should definitely tune in. And I'm having a lot of really dope people on there, and would love to hear everyone's stories, and we can just chop it up, because like I said, it's not just about photography. Like, this message can go, and it does go across all facets of life. So, man, I
Yeah,
appreciate you having me, man. This was really dope, really fun,
yeah.
and I'm looking forward to seeing, your journey as well, and continue to keep your foot on the gas.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And like I said, when this quarantine shit passes,
Oh yeah,
bro, yo, you're
I'm out here.
valid, bro.
Yeah.
Pull up, yo. If we have another OVO tournament, bro, you already know. You gotta definitely come pull up, get seats, taking the concert, all that good stuff. So
Hell yeah, yeah. No, I
don't,
appreciate it. Let's
yeah, no
definitely stay in
worries.
touch, and thank you for your time, man.
Yeah, sounds good, Johnny. All right,
All right,
thank you,
brother.
bro.
Peace.
Yeah, peace.